Stop everything you're doing because the marriage that fans once believed was unshakable is now hanging by a single, fragile thread. Yandy Smith-Harris and Mendeecees, the couple who stood as Love and Hip Hop's poster children for loyalty and resilience, just had the most explosive showdown the franchise has ever witnessed, and it all played out in front of cameras. Uncut, raw, and downright brutal. What started as a tense disagreement spiraled into a volcanic eruption of betrayal, accusations, and heartbreak that left not only the cast but the entire internet in complete shock. One moment, Yandy was demanding answers. The next, Mendeecees was firing back with cold, calculated truths that sliced deeper than anyone expected. Voices were raised, secrets slipped out. And the fallout was so intense, producers were scrambling to decide what footage they could even air. And here's the kicker. Insiders are already whispering that this wasn't just a marital spat. No, this was years of buried resentment exploding into the open. Receipts are allegedly being prepared. Private conversations are reportedly being leaked. And Yandy, she's not just fighting for her marriage anymore, she's fighting for her dignity. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see Yandy and Mendeecees forever. For years, Yandy Smith-Harris and Mendeecees were painted as the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta couple who had already survived the worst, from courtroom battles to Mendeecees' long prison sentence. Fans watched Yandy remain loyal, holding down her family while raising their children and keeping her career afloat. She was hailed as the ride-or-die blueprint, the woman who defined what it meant to stick by your man through storms that would have broken most couples. But behind the glamorous Instagram posts, the carefully edited VH1 clips, and the picture-perfect family red carpet moments, there was always something brewing, something darker, something waiting to crack wide open. And when it finally did, it wasn't just a private argument behind closed doors. It was an all-out war that the cameras couldn't ignore. To really understand how we got here, we have to rewind. Because Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage was never truly smooth sailing. Even before he went away, rumors swirled about Mendeecees' loyalty. There were whispers about women in his orbit, cryptic dimes that never quite made it into the public eye, and silent tension between him and Yandy that spilled out in the smallest moments on screen. Yandy, on her side, always maintained a steel composure. She was the businesswoman, the professional, the woman who wasn't about to let drama tarnish her image. But insiders claimed that off-camera, the arguments between them could get so heated that producers were forced to step in. Even close friends allegedly warned Yandy that her marriage might not survive the long haul. And then came the controversial contract marriage moment, the shocking revelation that Yandy hadn't signed official marriage papers with Mendeecees because she didn't want to be financially tied to his debts and legal issues. Fans were split. Some praised her as smart and strategic. Others accused her of faking loyalty for the cameras. That moment planted a seed of doubt in the Love and Hip Hop fanbase. Was this really a love story, or just another business move? Fast forward to now, and the cracks have turned into full-blown earthquakes. According to multiple cast insiders, Yandy and Mendeecees had been quietly clashing for months leading up to the latest season. Arguments over finances, disputes about parenting, accusations of control and manipulation. Each episode, the tension grew thicker, and fans noticed Mendeecees' tone with Yandy shifting from supportive to distant, even cold. And then came the breaking point, a fight so raw, so vicious that the entire set reportedly froze. The two stood face to face, cameras rolling, while years of suppressed resentment poured out like venom. Yandy accused Mendeecees of betrayal. He snapped back, accusing her of lies and selfishness. Cast members scrambled to calm them down. But it was too late. The damage had been done. Here's what makes this moment even more shocking. Producers allegedly claim they have hours of footage too explosive to air in full. That means what fans saw on screen was only a fraction of the chaos. Private insults, threats to leave, And even shocking claims about who's really been holding secrets in this marriage reportedly never made it to the public, at least not yet. Meanwhile, social media is ablaze with speculation. Hashtags like hashtag Team Yandy Y and hashtag Team Mendeecees are trending, with fans taking sides in one of the most divisive love and hip-hop scandals to date. And the craziest part? Insiders say Yandy isn't done. She's allegedly preparing to drop her own bombshell receipts to prove once and for all that she's not the villain in this story. So how did the love and hip-hop power couple go from being the ultimate example of resilience to fighting in front of millions? Was it years of silent betrayal finally bubbling to the surface? Or was this always destined to explode? The perfect storm of pride, pain, and public pressure. What we do know is that the stage is set for a showdown unlike anything love and hip-hop has ever delivered before. And trust me when I say, this is only the beginning. The cameras were rolling, the tension was thick enough to slice with a knife, and then it happened. Yandy and Mendeecees locked eyes across the love and hip-hop set. And what started as a calm discussion detonated into the kind of screaming match that producers pray for, but couples dread. It began with Yandy confronting Mendeecees about the elephant in the room: loyalty. She asked him point blank if he had been hiding things from her. The whispers about late-night calls and secret meetings were more than rumors. The room went silent. Cast members leaned in. Even the crew froze, realizing this wasn't just another staged spat. This was raw. Mendeecees didn't flinch. Instead, he fired back with the coldest line of the season. "You've been lying to yourself. Yandy, you care more about looking like a power couple than actually being one." The words hit Yandy like a punch to the gut. She snapped back instantly, accusing him of disrespect, betrayal, and failing to appreciate the sacrifices she made while he was locked away. And then, in a moment that had jaws dropping across the set, Yandy allegedly screamed, "I held you down while you were in prison. Don't you ever forget that. I could have left. I had options." The crowd gasped. This wasn't the polished, composed Yandy fans knew. This was Yandy unleashed. And here's where things took an even darker turn. According to an alleged leaked text thread circulating online, Mendeecees had been spotted exchanging late-night messages with a mystery woman known only as T. The messages, full of heart emojis and cryptic "can't wait to see you" notes, sent fans spiraling. Who was T? Was she connected to the show? And did Yandy already know about her? As Yandy accused Mendeecees of betrayal, Mendeecees dropped his own bombshell. He accused Yandy of never truly committing to him legally or emotionally, a direct callback to the infamous contract marriage. Revelation. His words were venomous. "You ain't even legally married to me. You kept a backdoor open the whole time. Who's the real liar here?" The cast lost it. Gasps echoed. One person shouted, "Yo, chill, don't say that on camera." But it was too late. The dagger had already been thrown. That moment became the first major twist of the night. Mendeecees flipped the narrative. Instead of being the accused, he painted Yandy as the one who manipulated the situation for her own benefit. Insiders claim Yandy was so shaken by the comment that she stormed off set, only to return minutes later with tears in her eyes, demanding producers keep the cameras rolling so the truth could be seen. And if you think that's where it stopped, you're wrong. Because just as the two were going back and forth, another love and hip-hop star allegedly whispered to Yandy off camera that she had receipts proof that Mendeecees had been in contact with someone far too close to the family. This whisper set Yandy off like a firecracker. She turned back to Mendeecees and shouted, "I know what you've been doing. You think I don't know, but I do. And when I show the world, it's over for you. I show the world, it's over for you." Boom! That's the cliffhanger producers left fans with in the last aired episode. But insiders who were there claimed the fight escalated way past what viewers saw. Chairs were nearly flipped. Security had to step in. And the energy was so volatile that even the reunion show might not be able to contain it. Fans took to Twitter instantly, lighting up timelines with hashtags. Hashtag Yandy Y deserves better. Hash Mendeecees exposed hash contract marriage was right one. Viral tweet read, "So Yandy stayed loyal through prison. Raised the kids, ran the businesses, and this is how he treats her. Nah, I'm sick." Another countered Mendeecees is right though. Yandy never signed those papers. She kept herself safe while calling herself loyal. Two sides to this story. The internet was split down the middle. But then came the ultimate fan theory twist. What if both Yandy and Mendeecees were hiding something? What if this showdown wasn't about one person lying, but both of them covering up years of secrets, now unraveling under the bright lights of VH1? And here's where the suspense climbs higher. Insiders close to production allege that Yandy has a folder. Yes, a physical folder full of screenshots, messages, and receipts that she's threatening to release if Mendeecees doesn't publicly clear her name. Meanwhile, Mendeecees is said to be preparing his own tell-all moment, one that could expose details about Yandy's career moves, private deals, and even friendships that aren't as loyal as they seem. The first twist has already flipped the script. But the second will shake the entire love and hip-hop empire to its core. If you thought the first blow-up was enough to tear apart Yandy and Mendeecees' world, buckle up because what happened next was pure chaos. The kind that even veteran producers admitted they had never witnessed before. The conflict went from personal to nuclear, with revelations so messy that entire timelines lit up like wildfire. The night after the initial showdown aired, an anonymous Instagram page called @LHHTEAVAULT dropped what it claimed were screenshots from a secret group chat involving cast members. The messages appeared to show Mendeecees confiding in a fellow male castmate that he was tired of pretending and ready to walk. Even worse, one message read, "She knows I've been seeing T, she just can't prove it yet." Fans immediately began dissecting the receipts, zooming in on timestamps, questioning fonts, and analyzing every emoji. Could it be fake? Maybe, but the damage was done. Within hours, hashtag Mendeecees cheating trended on Twitter, and people were dragging his name through the mud. But the escalation didn't stop there. As the internet tore into Mendeecees, Yandy decided to fight back in the most public way possible. During an Instagram live session with over 150,000 fans tuned in, Yandy let her emotions flow. She cried. She shouted. She said, "I gave that man my everything. My soul, my body, my loyalty. And this is what I get. A man who don't even respect me enough to keep his business private." Her tears quickly turned into fury. She hinted that she had voice recordings of Mendeecees' late-night calls recordings she claimed would make people look at him differently. Forever. And just as the comments section started exploding, Yandy abruptly cut off the live, leaving viewers hanging and begging for more. And then came the shocking reveal that no one, not fans, not castmates, not even producers, saw coming. During a reunion taping, one of the producers allegedly revealed that Yandy had been corresponding with an industry executive 4 months behind Mendeecees' back. Not in a romantic way, but in a way that raised eyebrows about whether Yandy's motives had always been pure. According to insider whispers, the messages suggested that Yandy was more concerned with protecting her brand and businesses than protecting her marriage. When confronted on stage, Yandy didn't deny the messages existed. Instead, she spun it back on Mendeecees. "If I don't protect myself, who will? You left me alone for years. You think I wasn't going to make sure my family was secure?" Boom, the audience gasped. Castmates sat in stunned silence. And fans at home immediately jumped online to argue, was Yandy being smart and strategic? Or was this proof that her marriage had been built on survival, not love? At the same time, celebrity voices began to chime in. Cardi B, never one to hold her tongue, tweeted, "Chilly. If Yandy held him down while he was locked up and he's still out here wildin', then sis deserves. It's better." Period. The tweet racked up over 600K likes and turned the spotlight even brighter on Mendeecees. Remy Ma, a longtime friend of Yandy's, took a more cautious route. posting, "Sometimes the people closest to you ain't always the people you can lean on. Stay strong, sis." Fans interpreted this as a subtle dig at Mendeecees, sparking another round of heated debates. Meanwhile, 50 Cent jumped into the drama with his signature trolling style, posting a meme of Yandy holding stacks of papers with the caption, "She said contract marriage. He said till debt do us part. #LHH. It went viral instantly, but the most jaw-dropping moment came when a TikTok account leaked alleged audio of Mendeecees on a phone call with T. In the clip, a man's voice, eerily similar to Mendeecees, could be heard saying, "She don't even know I'm out here with you right now. She'll think I'm at the studio. Was it real? Was it doctored?" Fans couldn't decide, but the clip had over 5 million views in 24 hours. And people were already calling it the smoking gun that proved Yandy's suspicions were right. And just when it felt like things couldn't get any more insane, insiders leaked that Mendeecees had stormed off the reunion set, allegedly, refusing to film unless Yandy stopped trying to ruin his name. Yandy, in response, reportedly told producers she was ready to walk away from the marriage altogether, but not before she got her story out. This shocking reveal didn't just escalate the drama, it shifted the entire conversation. It wasn't just about whether Mendeecees cheated anymore. It was about whether Yandy ever truly trusted him, and whether either of them ever really believed in the marriage they built in front of millions of viewers and fans. They were left reeling. Comment sections were flooded with heartbreak, betrayal, and theories that the next episode could contain even bigger bombs. Because if this was just the halfway point of the showdown, then the final twists would be the kind of revelations that could end a marriage and change love and hip-hop history forever. The fallout from Yandy and Mendeecees' showdown wasn't just confined to the love and hip-hop cameras. No, it detonated across the internet, pulling fans, celebrities, and even media outlets into the storm. Within minutes of the explosive episode airing, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram turned into digital battlefields. On one side, fans rallied behind Yandy, praising her for her loyalty and calling out Mendeecees for allegedly disrespecting her after everything she endured during his prison years. Tweets like, "Yandy is the definition of ride or die, and this is how he repays her," racked up thousands of retweets. Others posted side-by-side collages of Yandy holding it down for Mendeecees in court compared to his cold words on camera, with captions like, "Sis carried the empire, and he carried lies." But Mendeecees wasn't without defenders. A vocal faction of fans echoed his argument about the infamous contract marriage. One viral post read, "Everybody dragging Mendeecees, but let's not forget Yandy never signed them papers. She kept her freedom while calling herself a wife. That's not loyalty, that's strategy." The post ignited a massive thread, with thousands of comments debating whether Yandy was smart for protecting herself or fake for building her image on a love she legally never committed to. Instagram lives from fellow cast members only poured gasoline on the fire. Spice hopped on live, laughing nervously as she admitted, "I was there when it went down. And let me tell you, the cameras didn't even catch half of it." Yandy was screaming, and Mendeecees looked like he was about to pack his bags on set. Her comments instantly went viral, with fans demanding producers release the uncut footage. Blog sites had a field day. Headlines screamed, "Yandy and Mendeecees, marriage meltdown secrets, lies, and a mystery woman named T." Fans divided as love and hip-hop's power couple implodes on air. Yandy's loyalty questioned after shocking reveal. Was it all for the cameras? Reveal. Was it all for the cameras? Even mainstream outlets picked up the story. Entertainment Tonight ran a segment analyzing the infamous contract marriage clip in light of the new drama. TMZ claimed they had exclusive audio of an off-camera argument where Yandy allegedly said, "You embarrassed me in front of the world, Mendeecees. I'm done," though TMZ never released the clip. The tease alone drove speculation into overdrive, and then came the celebrity reactions that broke the internet. Cardi B's tweet siding with Yandy was just the beginning. Teyana Taylor dropped a subtle Instagram story with a black screen and the words, "Loyalty don't mean nothing if it ain't mutual." Fans instantly tagged Yandy, interpreting it as support. Meanwhile, Safari Samuels stirred up chaos by jumping on IG and saying, "Man, I know when the cameras turn off, people got real problems. Y'all don't even know half the truth." His cryptic words led fans to believe even more skeletons were about to crawl out of Yandy and Mendeecees' closet, but the wildest reaction came from none other than Remy Ma. During a radio interview, when asked about the situation, she sighed heavily and said, "Look, I love Yandy, that's my sister, but marriage is marriage. If you ain't signed those papers, you knew what you were doing. You can't have it both ways." The internet exploded. Fans accused Remy of throwing shade at Yandy during her lowest moment. Others argued Remy was simply keeping it real. Either way, her comments added another layer of heat to an already boiling pot, and then the memes took over. TikTok users reenacted the showdown, with one viral skit racking up millions of views by dramatizing Mendeecees' line, "You ain't even legally married to me." Others edited clips of Yandy's tearful "Live" with dramatic music, portraying her as the tragic heroine of the saga. What makes this moment so unprecedented isn't just the couple's implosion, it's how the public has split into warring camps. Team Yandy versus Team Mendeecees isn't just a fan debate. It's a cultural conversation about loyalty, strategy, and the blurry line between love and survival in the world of love and hip-hop. Even industry insiders are reportedly panicking. VH1 executives are allegedly in crisis mode, torn between capitalizing on the drama and protecting the brand from accusations of exploiting a marriage falling apart. Rumors claim they're rushing to put together a spin-off special focusing exclusively on Yandy and Mendeecees' breakdown. Banking on the ratings gold this scandal has become. And the craziest part, sources close to the couple insist the most shocking revelations haven't even hit the airwaves yet. Fans are bracing themselves, wondering what other bombs are about to drop and whether this marriage can survive another twist. Because if social media is already in tears, rage, and utter disbelief, imagine what happens when the final piece of the puzzle comes to light. Just when fans thought the storm had reached its peak. When Yandy's Instagram Live and Mendeecees' cold accusations seemed like the final nails in their marital coffin, the real bomb dropped. And trust me, this was the kind of twist that flips the entire narrative upside down. According to a new leaked email thread that surfaced on gossip blogs, Mendeecees wasn't just talking to T, the mystery woman fans had been obsessing over. No, the alleged emails suggested that T was someone within Yandy's own circle, a name that had been sitting right under everyone's nose, a woman tied to Yandy's own business ventures. The leaked emails, written in vague but suggestive language, included lines like, "She thinks we're talking about contracts, but you know I'm talking about us." Fans immediately began connecting dots. Who was this woman? Was she a friend? A colleague? Someone Yandy trusted? The betrayal, if true, cut deeper than fans ever imagined. And then came the second dagger, a voicemail clip leaked by a supposed insider who claimed to have worked on the reunion set. In the muffled audio, a man's voice that sounded eerily like Mendeecees can be heard saying, "She can scream on TV all she wants, but when the camera's cut, she knows what it is. I'm not living a lie no more." This wasn't just about cheating anymore. This was about living double lives, about whether the marriage Yandy and Mendeecees built in front of millions was nothing more than a stage play. The internet went ballistic. Fans flooded the comments screaming betrayal. One tweet went viral with over 1 million views. If the rumors are true, and T was close to Yandy, then Mendeecees is colder than we thought. That's beyond cheating. That's destruction. But here's the most jaw-dropping twist of all. Yandy didn't stay silent. In a move that shook the love and hip-hop fanbase to its core, She posted a cryptic Instagram story. It was a single black screen with white text that read, "I've been new. Don't play with me. When I'm ready, y'all gonna see everything." Fans erupted. Did this mean Yandy had known about the betrayal all along? Was she playing the long game, waiting for the right moment to expose Mendeecees completely? Or was this her way of warning that she held even darker receipts that could burn the entire house down? Even producers, according to insiders, were stunned. The reunion reportedly ended in chaos, with Yandy storming off set and Mendeecees refusing to return unless producers promised to cut certain footage. Allegedly. VH1 now sits on hours of unaired material that they're debating whether to release footage so explosive it could end Yandy and Mendeecees' marriage for good. And the cliffhanger. Sources claim that Yandy is preparing to sit down for an exclusive tell-all interview. One where she's ready to air every single secret she's been holding back. From contract papers to alleged mistresses to the truth about what really went down when Mendeecees was behind bars. Yandy is reportedly done protecting the marriage. The countdown has already begun. The fan base is split, the industry is bracing. And love and hip-hop has never faced a scandal this massive. So here's the question that no one can answer yet. Will Yandy's receipts finally expose Mendeecees for who he really is? Or will Mendeecees strike back with his OWN revelations that make Yandy's empire crumble? One thing's for certain, this story isn't over. It's only just beginning. And when the next chapter drops, it won't just break the internet, it could redefine what loyalty, betrayal, and survival really mean in the love and hip-hop universe. And that's where the cameras cut, leaving all of us hanging on the edge of our seats. Yandy and Mendeecees' love story, once celebrated as proof that loyalty conquers all, has now cracked wide open under the weight of secrets, betrayal, and receipts, waiting to be revealed. What was supposed to be a marriage built on resilience now looks like a battlefield where both sides are preparing to drop bombs. But here's where you come in, because I want to hear what you think. Do you believe Yandy when she says she's been holding on to evidence that will flip the whole narrative? Or do you think Mendeecees is right that Yandy's contract marriage move was the ultimate betrayal from the start? And most importantly, who do you think T really is? A random fling? Or someone close enough to Yandy that it will shake her entire circle when the truth comes out? The comments are about to get messy, and I need y'all to sound off. Drop your theories, your hot takes, and your predictions below. Because trust me, this story is nowhere near finished. And when those hidden receipts finally hit the surface, you'll want to be the first to know, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash the notification bell and join the family. Because the next episode of this saga is going to be the one that changes everything. This isn't just a love and hip-hop fight. This is a cultural earthquake. And we're only scratching the surface. We're only scratching the surface.